Welcome back to the Little French Homestead. My name is Sherry, and today is Sunday, March 2nd. So we usually have a chore chart that all my three kids follow, and I'm just going to change that today because I just realized that today was Sunday. So that goes from Sunday to Saturday. And what they'll usually do is we have somebody does dishes, somebody does chickens, somebody does kitty litter, and then every Saturday somebody switches, do their bathroom. Usually at the beginning of the month, we usually change the water filter for the cats, so it's done every month. And I was getting ready to do that, and I was like, I wanted to see whose chore was it, and I totally forgot that I needed to put that up there so everybody knows it. And then usually when we're done, each week we just cross it off just to make sure that it's done. Yes, I do write my husband's name sometime up here for trash. He's the only one that takes care of it. I just go, hey honey, need trash taken out, and he jumps up and helps. He also takes it to the dump for us. So a little bit of bad news. I really want to start doing some more canning, but I have no more room. So I need to go ahead and make some room down here at the bottom of my cabinets. So I can put my canning items down here. You see that I bought a whole bunch more. I want to do all of my broths. So I've been telling you guys that I have some ham broth, pork broth, beef and chicken or turkey. The carcasses are all still in my freezer chest, and it's really taken up a lot of room in there, and I can't really pile up the meat that we need to support our household without removing some of those bones to make bone broth. And I currently don't have any more place to put it. I will show you a picture here on my shelves over here in a minute. I do have another pantry in the back that I really don't have any more room either. So I had explained to my husband at one time, I says, down here is gonna have to be the next project. So this is what I'm tackling. I am rearranging. This stuff here is still going to kind of stay the same. I got a new food kitchen tool. It's the Ninja Foodi cooker, my slow cooker. Even though, yes, I do use my Instapot, my slow cooker actually cracked and broke. And it's been probably almost a good year. And I was like, no, I don't really need one. No, I don't really need one. Yeah, I really needed one. I'll show it out in a little bit later. But right now, we're going to start tackling on some of this. And you're going to see why I normally clean all my areas at least thoroughly once a month. So this is my food pantry up here. Yes, it's 11 o'clock in the afternoon. We do tomato products all up here. I want to start making my own, but until that time frame, I do have all my tomato products up here. I have some canned goods here. It all comes down to then these shelves. We do use a lot of condiments, but I don't really stock until I really need to. We have our pastas over here. You see all my rices. This is the second batch of rices that I've gone through, and I have to make another batch. We absolutely love that. And if you haven't seen my video for dry rices, I'll put that in the link below. Yes, we do have ramen. We have some children that love ramen. We try to not buy so much packaging from the store, but there are times where you need a quick meal and it's unavoidable. I got my potatoes over here. You make sure you always want to have potatoes and onions set aside. All of our snack bins. And then the cereals down here. I want to see maybe eventually fixing this stuff, but I'm not here to do that today. I am here to tackle this mess. Yes. And we have some lovely kitties who, if you don't tie with a hair tie, will literally go in it. So this is how this looks. So it's not that bad, but it is overly run with 8 carton shells and the litter genie for my kitties. Now I don't want to put anything up here because I don't really have any of the room. This is where we keep our stash of chips. I do keep some extra canning jars up here. We got cat treats all in here. I do have backup rice here, my flour, some bread flour, all these cups that we really don't need, don't use that much, and any kind of medication that we need. However, when I don't want to put my canning items up in here, so the only other safe place is down here. So that's what we're going to be doing. The one on this side, we are leaving alone. That is all of our inside tools, or a hammer, or some nails if we need it. So I'm going to be moving everything out of here, organizing, see what we need. If we can go in the shed out back, we're going to put it in the shed or relocate it. All right. So now I'm just going to go ahead and go through and open up some of these 18 packs of eggs so I can stack them in here a little bit better. But pretty much everything right now is just going to go up top here. We invested in a litter genie to help keep rid of the trash. We usually used recycled plastic bags, like if we went to, the grocery stores, and really trying to, in this day and age, use my recycling bags that I use. So with that, we have decided to use this litter genie for the kitty. It's almost the same thing like the diaper genie. It's the same people who made it. And we find that we absolutely love it. Despite some hesitation, we really do enjoy it. I'm just putting everything all up here for now. I'm going through some of my canning stuff. We'll have to go through these, make sure everything is still good. Got my mixer. I have a whole bunch of stainless steel bowls right here. I'm gonna have to take a look at and wash. My mom had a bunch of stainless steel mixing bowls that she gave for fit a KitchenAid. These ain't going anywhere, but they may end up going to the shed to give me some more room down in here. I do have my Impressa cooking racks, so I have an extra layer for my cooking racks. I got to get all of that stuff together, and we got some straws that the children had, these stainless steel straws. A bunch more egg cartons. I give usually an 18 pack of eggs to my mom and dad at least once a week. And then we try to use all of ours here at the house as often as we can to make breakfast for lunch or breakfast for dinners. The other day, my husband's birthday was, my daughter made him a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel sandwich, because believe it or not, we are all out. So a couple weeks ago, if you saw the video, I done a whole bunch of breakfast sandwiches. They were bagels, 6 bagels, 6 sausage, and 6 ham. And then at least some more breakfast burritos. That is my lovely kitty. That's one of the 4 we have. His name is Tiger. And he's making, I guess, his debut appearance, sniffing out in my my cabinet. And he'll run out in a second because he's the scaredy cat. But I made all of those, and they were all gone in about 2 weeks. So I was like, wow. We got some cookie cutters here. So my daughter, I'm going to be getting her like her own little container so I can put all of her baking stuff in. She's been doing a phenomenal job lately at baking, and I want to be able to put this in here. My mom gave her these. It's also to a very old set of some stars. These are really cool. And it looks like I have another cat wanting to be his debut TV. This one's called Cinnamon, and he's my toe biter. So if you ever hear me talking about my toe biter kitty, he always bites my toes, but he's very lovable. So my daughter, Abigail, she loves to bake. She's getting really into it. Her and my other daughter are both in culinary. My son was in culinary in school, and he really enjoyed it. And then once he graduated high school, he did not want to do anything else with baking anymore, or culinary, and I don't blame him. I have worked in several kitchens in my lifetime, and it's not that the hard work, it's just sometimes it's the people. And I get it. If you're not really a people person and you have some anxieties, the kitchen is really the last place you want to be. And I totally understand that. So, all right, so this is all set. I'm going to organize that just a little bit more in a few minutes, but that's not my priority. This is my priority right here, straightening all this out and moving some stuff around. We do have these in here. I don't know. I think I have some more of the, what do you call it, like contact paper to put down here. It's in my bathroom because we didn't have a place to store it because everything else was full. So let me go ahead and move down here and I'll empty all this out. All right, so now we're back over here. And again, like I told you, we have a bunch of these. Now, I do make my own soap. I have not in a little bit, but I'm gonna take you on my journey of soap making. I am partial to the melt and pour variety. I don't want to work with lye, but if you're out there and you work with lye or you want to go ahead, that's fine. I just find that I don't want to be using that kind of chemicals. I know you have to go outside. It's got to be in a well ventilated area. I just choose not to use that here in my house. I know that it's perfectly safe for your body and your skin and stuff, but I just find that I don't want that around. I don't want to use it. But I do have the complete kit, and I'm gonna be making that. We've been keeping these bowls down here because looks like one is starting to crack. We usually have soups out of these big bowls, but if you don't remove them, your 13-year-old children will fill this all the way up with cereal, and then they wonder why your cereal is all gone in 2 days. Just because you love Craves doesn't mean you need to have it in a mass production like that. Now, we don't use plastic silverware. This is here in case it absolutely is a necessity. My kids were going to a local summer program when they were younger. It was called the Boys and Girls Club, and they don't bring food, or you don't not bring food. You got to bring the food. They don't serve food there. So what we had to do is bring them, if they wanted pudding or jello or something like that, we needed to buy them their utensils. So I don't trust my children enough to give them real utensils to make sure I get them back, as I'm sure some parents are out there as well going through the same thing. Okay, so I got one bulb in there and one bulb in here. This is why sometimes you gotta go through. We got cotton balls in here because I have my one child, Abigail. You will hear me talk more about her than Allie. There's nothing wrong with Allie besides glasses and braces that she needs. She is a perfectly well-rounded child, as well as all of my kids are. But Abigail has a little bit more needs. She got cholesteatoma when she was growing up. She had a lot of ear infections, and we couldn't figure out why. We ended up putting her on amoxicillin, getting tubes in her ears. They ended up doing a tonsil and a adenoid removal. That still didn't help. I know, he's funny. And it just didn't help. And then we found out that she was getting cysts behind her ears. And what we ended up having to do, she's now going to be 14 in March, the end of March. And she's had 14 ear surgeries over the last since she was 6. So she's been a real trooper on that. But we got cotton balls throughout the whole house because sometimes her ears still have a lot of drainage, and that's why we had a pile of cotton balls. She's been a real trooper over these years, and that's why, sometimes you may hear me talk about her a little bit more. It's just she's been through a little bit more traumatically than Allie was. And this is why I love my kitties. I gotta keep saying that. I love my kitties. I love my kitties. Cinnamon, you are crazy. So, there are some things in here that I can condense and move. And then I'm gonna give this all a quick little clean. My mother-in-law gave us these damp rids for the bathroom, and we're still trying to go through some of these. It's only our children's bathroom that really needs it. Ours is perfectly fine. Cinnamon, are you having fun in there? Huh? I know they're not allowed in here. We used to keep their cat treats down in here, and we used to hear the doors at night slamming up against here, and we're like, what is going on? And yeah, I come to find out that the cats were trying to come in here to get the treats. Well, one day we were all left the house, we were all doing something, and we came home, and a small little amount, thankfully that was all that was left, was dumped all over the floor. And they have been eating, they were eating at it, and we were laughing because it was funny. But after that, we moved the treats, and that's why you saw them, they're way up there, because yeah, they're funny like that. All right, so I'm going to clean all this down, and then we're going to figure out where all this stuff is going to go. And I'm going to get them out of there too. All right, so I just cleaned down over in here. I didn't want to show you that because it was a real piece of work, me getting back up again. You know, that's what happens when you're going to be 54 in a few weeks. So there are a few things that I still need to keep down in here temporarily. You know, the diaper genies. I'm going to put my this appliance over in my other storage over here on this side. I'll show you in a few. And I think pretty much after that, you know, the bowls can go back over there. I'm going to go ahead and put all of these my other plastic bowls or styrofoam, and then these in my closet. We do have, because we live in Florida, and you know, this is my second time living in Florida. My first time was down in the Florida Keys and lived down there for about 15 years. Absolutely loved it. But knew that hurricane season is always in full swing down there, especially when it's the end of August, all of September and October. And we were unprepared completely. The first two storms that we had down there, I moved down with my daughter in 91, and Hurricane Andrew came through in 92. Completely devastated Florida City, Homestead area. We were without power down in the Keys for a little bit. And then Hurricane George came through in 98. And we did have to evacuate for that one. We actually went to a town called Sebring, Florida. From the Keys, we did end up getting some severe weather up there. We were under a tornado warning as well, but thankfully nothing ever came of it for us there. But when we had come back down home, we were 5 feet of water was told to us of the roads all down there. And it was very devastating. A lot more people were more devastated, you know. But I mean, it was an eye-opener for me. I moved back to New Hampshire in 2007. And then my husband, again, if you heard me, he was born and raised in the Bahamas. So he was also well aware of a lot of hurricanes that came through that way. And we discussed at full length whether or not we wanted to move down this way. And really wasn't a long decision. We had come down in 2018 on vacation with the full family, my parents included, and the 4 kids. And just really enjoyed the Florida aspect of it again. So we put our house on the market, came down about a year later after we sold, and then we had bought this house. It was right during the COVID-19 era. We bought this house in 2020, and already knowing what I went through and what he went through, we knew for a fact that we need to make sure that we were hurricane prepared. So with the intention of buying some plastics and paper goods and stuff, we do usually keep most of this stuff in another room. We do have hurricane supplies. We have the lanterns. We have a NOAA radio that's a crank operated, a few other things. I do plan on doing a video a little bit more in depth on, you know, preparedness. But this isn't the video today, but I did want to give you a little bit of background on why we have also too so many things. That's going to go in the back storage as well as this. I'm going to condense down that light. We had our kitchen light over here. One light went out at the very end, and then 3 days later the next light went out. And then a week later, the next light went out. And I was like, well, just change the last one if that one's going to probably go out. So we did. And we still have 2 extra lights, which is still awesome. Need those. So I'm just going to go ahead and clean up here a little bit more. There's really not much more I'm going to be putting out there. You saw everything all coming all out. Now, a few things are going to go back in, and then that one's going to leave me 2 full shelves, a whole side on this, because then I can get the other the other broth that I made. We're probably looking at 7 months ago for that one. We're almost out, but that's why I didn't need to make any for a bit. And then my beans, the black beans that we canned. We got a few of those left, and some the pimento beans. Pimento? Yeah. Anyway, so in order for me to make more canning videos and canning items, like I said, I needed to clean all this all out. So I'm at a head loss right now. This is definitely gonna get cleaned. We got our backup, what is that, a steamer. And then we got these bowls. I haven't used these in a while. Could probably put them back underneath my shelf and start using these again. Just give them a thorough clean. All right, so I'm gonna put a few things back in here and I'll come back. I've got cats over here wanting to eat. So that's why you hear. That one's Julia. She's our resident old lady. She'll be 17 in a few months. And then again, that's Cinnamon. All right, so I did organize all down there, move some stuff over there, move some stuff in the bedroom. I've already cleaned this all down, and now I have this little rack right here that I'm just gonna give a quick little clean to. And then we should be all good to put the rest of the stuff back. Now, I don't know if anybody like you is like me. I like to have all of its pieces and places in order. So I like to put stuff kind of back where we found them. If you like to do that too, leave a comment. I was always taught if you're gonna use something, you return it in the way you received it, and you put stuff back the way you bought it. And that's what I'm doing here. Putting it back where I want it. Now, these bowls here are pretty much for like chicken scraps. So we don't really use these too much. So I set them up here. Sometimes they do get a little dirty. I try to give it a quick little clean out before I, use it for any cooking. This is our chicken basket. Our wonderful chickens are laying anywhere between 7 to 10 eggs a day. I'm going to show you my egg rack in a second, and be forewarned, I did give my mom and dad already an 18-pack on Friday, so there is a lot that has to go doing this. That's my menu for planning. I gotta put this back down here. I did decide to keep some of the stuff down in here, but not a lot. But I am gonna go ahead. My daughter, like I said, has got some hair ties, because this is what you would hear at night. And when the house is quiet and you're asleep and you hear that, it's really very, very annoying and very aggravating. But, such is life. I've got my couple of cookbooks for my crock pot and stuff that I'm gonna probably leave out. I usually leave some of the stuff like behind these things. That way I don't lose them. And then I just have one more item to grab. You could come around the corner if you just want to grab me these items. I'll show everybody, Neve. Everybody saw all the other kitties today. This is Sapphire. When we first got our very first picture of her, her eyes were a deep, deep blue. So we really wanted to name her Sapphire. However, though, when we then got her, she ended up, oh, those baby Abby, those, can you hand me that? Thanks. Yes, please. We wanted to name her, thank you. We wanted to name her Sapphire after that. And when we got her back, her eyes were green. And we're like, no, but we didn't want to change it. She was already Sapphire. So this is my mother-in-law's, and we keep that right underneath here. You probably have seen that in a few of our videos where we showcase our stuff. This is our handy dandy, not notebook. Each one of us has got a color, but this is for when we roast marshmallows and we do s'mores. This is really cool. Got this off Amazon long time ago, so I don't know if they still have them. We got these when we still lived in New Hampshire almost 6 years ago, so I don't know if they still have them or not, but we're a big s'mores kind of family, love them. Did you know that you could use, what is it, Keebler, the cookies that's got the chocolate stripe on them? Yeah, you take one of those and then a marshmallow and heat that all up. It's got graham cracker in it, so it's the same thing. So instead of buying the chocolate, I mean, you can still buy the chocolate and the Hershey's and the graham crackers, but boy, that is wonderful. And then we have our cup over here that's meant for the kitty water. All right, so this is just a quick little unique view of my life. I'm gonna go ahead and sign off from here. Saw me doing a little bit organizing, but definitely gonna take you along when we do some more canning. I love my pressure canner. I've done a few items with it, but it really needs to earn its keep. So we'll be taking you along now that I've got this all cleaned out. Now I feel comfortable enough to go ahead and do a whole bunch more videos. I have a safe storage place for them. So I want to say thank you for visiting my home today. If you like these videos and you want to see more of me, you know, organizing, cleaning, and talking about a little bit about my life, go ahead and like and share. But most importantly, subscribe. I have a whole bunch of other videos that I have all in here, working out. And I want you to come along and enjoy the ride. So thank you. Bye. Have a great day.